Okay, in the previous video we did that where we worked on that rocking motion where we only heard one string at a time to make sure we didn't get the strings ringing simultaneously. But when we go to Sweet Dreams, originally by Rhythmics, and then Marilyn Manson made it a much more cooler rock song. Of course, that's an opinion. Okay, we're going to see how the two notes together actually sound a lot more darker, and which is quite cool for the nature and the sort of topic of the song. And we're going to do the opposite of what we told you to do for Crazy Train, and we're going to do this now. If you haven't seen Crazy Train, pause this video, go back, watch it, and come back here. Okay, I'm going to assume that you have watched it, so let's go and listen to this. You can hear the strings are ringing at the same time, and you can hear how nice that tension is, that raised fifth. Remember in the previous video we were talking about sharpened fifths, raised fifths. It gives what they call an augmented chord. It's not going to be too much into the theory now, but just to quickly revise, if you look at your C major scale, because this note is C, we're starting at fret number 3 on the 5th string. If I were to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would have my 5th power chord starting from C. So your 5th is always with respect to the root note. In other words, the bass note, the note from which the scale started. I played a C power chord, the starting note was C, so I played a C major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I got my 5th. And then, if you remember from the first video, we raised it and that gives tension. Now, if we were to do the same approach we did for the Crazy Train to Marilyn Manson, we'd have this. It loses that dynamic, it loses that tension. That just sounds so cool for the song. So let the notes ring for the song and not for Crazy Train. Now the first part, you've got your tab in front of you. You can see that you've got fingers 1 and 3 pre-positioned in frets 3 and 5 on the 5th string and the 4th string. And the pinky is going to go onto the 6th fret of the 4th string as needed. So if you're consulting your tab, it should have something like this. 3, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 5, 3. And the second part's going to go. And you want to have the notes ringing over there. You want that tension, you want that dramatic sort of feel that Marilyn Manson's going for. And this one here, the second chord, which is actually a G sharp power chord, he slides up 2 frets from fret 6 to fret 8. And then he goes to a G power chord and he slides up 1 fret. So, and there you've got that raised 5th again. Here's a 6th for the G sharp and the 5th for the G. Now we said 6 for the G sharp. Let's see why we call that a 6. I'm just doing a little bit of theory because this is important, people. We need to know how chords get their names. So if you want to create something, you understand the working of it. So get to know what does a 6th mean, what does a 5th mean, what does sharpened 5 mean. Get to know those things. Now, G sharp major scale, again your do, re, mi, recognize that, and we're going to stop on the 6th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That note, remember the pitch, keep it in mind, and check this. That note there at fret number 8 is the same as that note at fret number 3 on a different string. So what's interesting here that maybe some of you don't know is that guitar is unique, that it has repetition or the same notes of the same pitch, which pianos don't. Pianos only got one of those notes. It doesn't have another place where you can get the same note. Okay, and that's what's unique about guitar. So we're taking number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're taking him and putting him over here. Okay, that's fret number 8, and he's fret number 3, and that gives us that 6th. And then it goes up to fret 5. So your goal for this mission over here, to learn a different technique, in other words, let the notes ring. Love the tension. Learn the 6th. Okay, you can see the 4, 5, 6, or the 5, sharpened 5, 6, better way to say it rather. Okay, we're getting that, and then we're getting your flattened 5th. and you're putting it together. Let's try and play it once through. 1, 2, 3, 4, and repeat. And I hope you have some fun with this riff too. So, learning about power chords, we're learning what they're called fifths. Again, I'm going to repeat what I said in the previous video. Get to know where your notes are. I need to know that fret 3 on the 5th string is C. I need to know that that's D, etc., etc. So learn your notes, jam the song, get your pinky working, and have some fun with good old school 80s, 90s hard rock. Okay, hope you enjoy this. Take care. Cheers.